This is CTV News with Michelle Brunoro.
We've got owls, we've got songbirds, we've got raptors. It's an absolutely marvelous space.
A space for the birds. After years of lobbying, an area of Metchosin will be off limits for development.
That morning sunlight is essential for keeping our rhythms in sync with the outside world.
Time change struggles. Why one psychologist argues we should stick with standard time. Plus, Adam finds out how one man achieved 3 childhood dreams. Later on the Sawatsky sign-off. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. A large parcel of land in Metchosin has been converted into a nature sanctuary. It's called Hummingbird Hill, and it will serve as a research center and home base for a local bird observatory. CTV's Anna McMillan has more on the win for biodiversity.
Just off the busy Rocky Point Road in Metchosin is a large property now protected in perpetuity.
There is all kinds of wildlife here. Deer across the road, the cougars, the wolves. Having habitat that isn't disturbed for them is critical.
The land is right by the Galloping Goose Trail. Once you climb this hill, it's quiet, save for the sounds of nature.
I wish that the cameras could pick up how it smells here, and you can almost taste the goodness and the greenness here. The oxygen content is very high.
The 21-hectare property was recently purchased by the BC Parks Foundation, which fundraised $2.5 million to make it happen. The homestead has been converted to a nature reserve called Hummingbird Hill, in honor of the rufous hummingbirds that migrate here in the spring.
For birds and other wildlife that are sensitive, they need sanctuaries. They need places where they can live, that they're not disturbed by, by excessive noise, by pesticides, by, habitat fragmentation, all of those kinds of things.
The foundation is leasing the property to the Rocky Point Bird Observatory, which monitors bird populations for research.
The Rocky Point Bird Observatory will finally have a headquarters where we can offer community programming, educational programs, where we can store our materials for our banding stations that are in close proximity.
A 2019 study estimates the bird population in Canada and the U.S. fell by nearly 3 billion birds, or 29% since 1970. Beyond birds, the land will be used for other types of research.
To do a spring bioblitz, looking at species that are present here and obvious in the spring, and also a fall bioblitz or mycoblitz, largely focused on species of mushrooms.
There's hope to protect more land from development in the future.
It's not just for the people of Metchosin, it's for the people of BC, and it is for our world.
Preserving paradise for generations to come. Anna McMillan, CTV News, Metchosin.
More now on the province's move to adopt year-round daylight saving time. A psychology instructor at Camosun College on Vancouver Island agreeing we should stop changing our clocks. However, he doesn't agree with sticking with daylight saving time. He wants standard time. In the Northern Hemisphere, staying on daylight saving means it will stay much darker into the early morning hours during the winter months on Vancouver Island. That would mean in winter the sun would rise around 9 a.m. Dr. Michael Pollock says some research supports the benefits of sticking with standard time to avoid waking up and traveling to school or work before the sun has risen.
That morning sunlight is essential for keeping our rhythms in sync with the outside world. That if we don't get that morning sunlight, then all winter long, our brains will be saying that we should be sleeping in longer and staying up longer. That morning sunlight is really what tells your clock what time it should be waking up at, so it doesn't get out of sync with the outside world.
Dr. Pollock says it's going to be especially hard on teenagers who are natural night owls, tending to stay up late and sleep in. They're already struggling to wake up, and being on permanent daylight saving time could have them spending even longer in bed. BC's chief coroner has announced an inquest into the horrific mass shooting in Tumbler Ridge that left 9 people dead last month. The inquest will examine the circumstances surrounding the shooting and make evidence-based recommendations aimed at preventing similar tragedies. It could also consider other factors such as how mental health and public safety systems intersect with firearms oversight, even how information is shared between online platforms like social media and artificial intelligence.
A key area of examination will be how individuals in crisis are identified and supported. including access to mental health supports and services in rural and remote and small communities across British Columbia, such as crisis intervention and wraparound supports. This will include consideration of how mental health services and public safety systems work together to support people experiencing complex mental health crises.
This will begin after the police investigation is complete and did not put a timeline as to how long the inquest may take. The province is expanding compensation coverage for firefighters in BC by adding 8 cancers to the list of eligible illnesses. The illnesses are presumed to be linked to the work done by firefighters and will make BC firefighters the most comprehensively covered in the country. The new diseases include skin cancer, mesothelioma, soft tissue sarcoma, and pharynx cancers, bringing the total up to 26 cancers covered.
Being a firefighter means that you're exposed just through the career to toxic gases, and today's materials that burn, it's not just wood anymore. We're talking plastics and vinyls, and the toxicity is just through the roof. Every incident is essentially a hazmat incident. And for a firefighter, you know, they choose the career because they want to help people, and what's really tragic is it's such a dangerous career.
The province says firefighters in BC accounted for 35% of all WorkSafe BC's accepted cancer claims from 2010 to 2025, despite only representing 0.5% of the overall provincial workforce. A temporary exhibit is opening this week to showcase the stories of the people impacted by hate in our province. The exhibit was inspired by what BC's Human Rights Commissioner heard during her inquiry into experiences of hate during the pandemic and the large-scale works of art that emerged from it. The Commissioner says we have never gone back to pre-pandemic levels of hate incidents and hopes the exhibit will bring the report off the paper and into real life.
Learn what's happening to people in your communities and then what we can do about it. So that's one goal here. I really am hoping this is an educational experience for people to maybe raise awareness about hate experiences, but also then to move to a place of action. We can't get stuck in, you know, how hard things are. We have to move to a place of we are empowered to make this change. This is a human-created problem, and there are human solutions to this problem.
The Commissioner hopes people will develop a greater understanding by hearing another person's story. The immersive exhibit opens today and runs until March 9th. Well, the BC Lions, along with the City of Langford, announced what it is calling the Big Party, taking place on the eve of the Lions-Langford preseason game, happening on May 23rd. The party goes down on the Friday night before the game at Starlight Stadium. It's an all-ages event headlined by country and rock band Born Reckless, with the opening act by Jaxie, both hailing from Victoria. On the Saturday, the Lions will play their first preseason game of the season against the Edmonton Elks. Nathan Work, the team's starting quarterback, was in Langford today for the announcement and says it's an important game for the team that will set the stage for the entire season.
It's big for us to be able to set the foundation for the season and try to figure out who we are going to be as a team, and it starts in the first preseason game. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to be playing the game. They're going to have a huge role on that team, and it's a very, very competitive game because guys are going for jobs and trying to prove themselves, and it's just going to be it's very exciting in that respect.
This will be the Lions' second preseason game played at Starlight Stadium. Tickets go on sale March 31st, with fans being able to purchase admission for the Friday night event at the same time for $15. Last year's game sold out in 12 minutes.
9 degrees at the harbor right now, 10. At the airport, 10 degrees will go down as the official daytime high. We've had a few scattered showers moving through the Victoria area, but should be a drier day tomorrow. A closer look at that and the rest of your 5-day forecast right after the break.
CTV weather brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Make the most of your next vacation by booking with those who've been there. Visit expediacruises.ca.
And Josh joins us now with a look at weather. It felt milder out this morning when I was out for a run.
Yeah, nice and mild, although across parts of the island, fairly wet to go along with those warm temperatures. Those showers, as we'll show you in a moment here, have mainly moved south through this afternoon. 10 in Comox. Little breezy there, 30, some gusts on top of that. 10 degrees in Victoria, that's the daytime high. 12 in Nanaimo this afternoon, and fairly light wind. You can see from Nanaimo all the way south to Victoria, we've got some showers in the area. Port Alberni's been getting some rain through the course of the day today. So rain was falling a little bit heavier and steadier further north earlier in the day. We'll still see some showers push through the southern tip of the island through the overnight period. And then by tomorrow morning, really kind of backs off to maybe a little bit of patchy drizzle. I think for the bulk of the day, though, in Victoria, you're looking at partly cloudy skies. Further north, it doesn't look all that impressive, but there will be some showers and periods of rain for inland areas as well as in the north. That looks like maybe 5 to 10 millimeters tops, 8 degrees for a daytime high. This is when we start to get into the heavy rain. Thursday, late afternoon, early evening, through the course of the day Friday. There might be a bit of a break Saturday morning, and then most of the day Saturday and into Sunday morning. And I mean, there could be well over 100, 150 millimeters of rain that falls over the course of those 3 days there by the end of the week. So we'll keep an eye on that as we get closer to the weekend. 12 degrees for inland areas, mostly cloudy skies. Good chance of some showers, although it's not going to be heavy, steady all-day rain. That'll come Friday. Starts Thursday night, carries through the day Friday, and then through the weekend you get some more rain as well. Morning showers out on the west coast, then some sunny breaks and a high of 10 in the afternoon. Watch for some heavier, steadier rain to start Thursday night, carry through Friday, and looks wet for the coming weekend as well. Chance of some afternoon showers in Comox, high of 10. Most of tomorrow, though, you're looking at just a mix of sun and cloud, and then highs of 9 for Thursday, Friday. So slightly above average, not bad temperatures here through the next 5 days. Evening showers Thursday. I think the daytime hours are going to be dry. A wet one on Friday for pretty much all of the island. Although the heaviest of the rain's really kind of going to be inland areas, western parts of the island, and in the north. In Nanaimo, partly cloudy, 13 degrees tomorrow, 5 degrees above average, 10 on Thursday. It doesn't look like you're going to get spared from the rain, though, Thursday night into Friday, and that's the case in Victoria as well. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow. Wind will pick up a little bit in the afternoon. Should be light in the morning, but out of the southwest, about 20 gusting to 40 through the afternoon hours. 7 degrees in the morning. That high of 12 is a couple of degrees above average. 10 with some evening showers Thursday, steadier rain Friday, and for the last time, clocks change 1 hour ahead this coming weekend. CTV Weather is brought to you by Expedia Cruises for air, land, and sea vacations. So a little bit of a break from the showers. Nice to see some sunshine tomorrow, although a little breezy in the afternoon.
You know what? I've seen some of those spring flowers starting to come out, so that's kind of exciting.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Josh. The strikes escalated across the Middle East today. A compound in Tehran was hit where a group was meeting to pick a new supreme leader as Israel and U.S. allies in the Gulf faced a barrage of retaliatory attacks from Iran. CTV's Adrian Gobrel is in Istanbul with an overview of what happened today.
As the sun sets on day 4 of this war, the scale and scope is painfully coming into focus. South of Tehran, Israel struck this compound today belonging to the group responsible for electing Iran's next supreme leader. Throughout the night and into the day, Israeli forces have also been targeting Iranian-backed Hezbollah positions across Lebanon. The Red Crescent says that more than 780 have died in Iran since the fighting began on Saturday, with the single biggest loss of life taking place here at this girls' school. Neither Israel nor the U.S. have claimed responsibility, though nearby fresh grave sites have been dug to bury dozens of children. The president of the Red Crescent in Iran saying that more than 168 children, aged 7, 8, and 9, were martyred.
The fear, the panic, the anxiety experienced by millions of people in the Middle East and beyond is palpable and was entirely avoidable.
11 countries across the region have been on the receiving end of airstrikes fired by Iran since the fighting began. Following an Iranian attack in Saudi Arabia, the U.S. have shuttered embassies in Riyadh, Kuwait, and Beirut. With Tehran under a daily, deadly bombardment, thousands of Iranians are trying to flee to neighboring countries.
Turkey is home to more than 120,000 Iranians, with many residing right here in Istanbul's historic quarter. But foreign nationals we spoke with at cafes in this neighborhood declined to speak on camera, still fearful of the reach of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard and anti-Iranian sentiment here in this country. So celebrations in your house last night.
Halit Yenejeh's wife is Iranian. The couple have been waiting for the decimation of the Islamic regime.
Islamic regime, for devil, for Persian people, we are happy, really happy. Devil's times finish.
Halit, what is your hope for the future?
We want good election, rules, good rules election, and secular system for Iran.
As the flames of war fan out of control, any semblance of peace in the Middle East at this hour remains a distant hope.
Tonight, U.S. Central Command said they've hit 1,700 targets since their joint operation with Israel began. With Iran hitting back, this entire region has been thrown into a state of chaos. Adrian Gobriel, CTV News, Istanbul.
A NATO mission in Iceland is giving Canadians a closer look at the Swedish-made Gripen fighter jets. The light single-engine aircraft is helping to boost security alongside America's F-35s. Ottawa still has to decide which of the two will replace Canada's aging fleet. CTV's Jean-Vian Boschman has more.
On duty for NATO in Iceland, the Swedish Air Force showed off just how fast it can prepare its Gripen fighter jets for takeoff.
Our goal is to rearm, refuel, and do all the checks necessary to take off again in roughly 15 to 20 minutes on road basis.
Aircraft technician Sergeant Emil Lindgren says the made-in-Sweden jet is easy to maintain in the harsh climate of the north. That's part of the sales pitch from Swedish-based aerospace company Saab to land a deal to sell its Gripens to Canada.
We practice at home regularly in these conditions, so it's a match made in heaven, I think.
But Denmark, too, has deployed to the region. It flies the F-35s and says its advanced fighters also perform well in Iceland.
They are equipped well for this environment.
Canada has bought 16 of those jets and is now reviewing a deal to go with a full fleet or with a mixed fleet of F-35s and Gripens. Both fighters are serving in this highly strategic region as Sweden leads its first air patrol mission as a NATO member. Its mission comes at a critical time.
There's no sign of Russia scaling back on their Arctic ambitions.
Since Sweden's rotation began, there have been no Russian sightings, no incidents. But its deployment also comes in the wake of U.S. President Donald Trump's demands to acquire nearby Greenland.
I have to say, our relationship with the U.S. has been very good, and actually in the recent years it has deepened quite significantly.
But Iceland and its partners now protecting its airspace are training their sights on getting NATO allies to focus on common enemies.
No doubt this is all information Ottawa is looking at as it makes its final decision on its fleet of fighter jets. Sandy.
All right, coming up, DJ's dreams. Adam finds out how one man overcame prejudice to realize 3 dreams. Next on the Sawatsky sign-off. And finally, Adam finds out the story behind one man who achieved 3 childhood dreams on this Encore Sawatsky sign-off.
Sitting in the morning sun. Ever since DJ Jackson started singing as a kid with his friends,
but we'd be on the corner just humming and, moving and grooving.
He's had 3 big dreams.
All I wanted to be was a cowboy, a singer, and a fireman.
But he never would be, DJ was told while growing up in the southern states, because of the color of his skin. Look like nothing's gonna come my way. But DJ was determined, got a job sweeping floors to pay for a firefighting course, and did so well, the department had to hire him as a trainee.
They treated me bad, they called me all kinds of names and stuff, but I thought, nobody's gonna ever break me.
Eventually, the prejudiced people left, and DJ earned a full-time position, which led to an historic headline in the local paper.
And I fell in love with it, man. I thought, this is it. This is my life.
But that was just one dream realized. I left my home in Washington. During a vacation in Vancouver, DJ experienced so many random acts of kindness, he called his mom.
Hey, guess what? nobody called me today or shot at me. And she said, what? I said, and guess what, Mama? I'm staying.
Eventually, DJ did move to Canada permanently, where he achieved his other dreams of becoming a cowboy for a bit and touring as a singer for even longer.
I'm sitting on the dock of a bay.
But DJ wasn't into wasting time and started pursuing a fourth dream.
Christopher Reeves.
DJ's walls are filled with photos from the almost 180 movie and TV shows he's appeared in, along with many of the major stars he's worked with, from Adam Sandler to John Travolta.
My pride and joy. I spent 3 days with the champ, Muhammad Ali, and he taught me strength.
But if you ask Joshua who inspired him to never give up on his dreams,
Mother,
he'll point to a picture of his mom.
She said, you just be you and treat everybody the same, and your day will come.
Because if you can keep singing through the low notes of life, just imagine how wonderful it will feel when you nail every single high one.
Still got it.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Burnaby.
The Sawatsky Sign-Off, brought to you by Coastal Community Credit Union. Bank happy at Coastal Community Credit Union.
What a character. Well, that's it for CTV News Vancouver Island. Thank you for joining us. Take care of yourself.